The Michigan State Police in Negaunee held its annual Drug Take Back Day yesterday throughout the state. Drug Take Back Day gives people the opportunity to bring unused medications to an MSP station. Drug Take Back Day is a nationwide initiative that many departments will take part in. The DEA will take the unused medication to be properly disposed. An MSP trooper says having outreach like this helps keep people safe.
All over the country, you're seeing an increase in opiate and opioid misuse and abuse. So if you have these prescriptions in your house that are distinguishing, you're not using them anymore, getting rid of them at the earliest convenience, that's going to eliminate the possibility of that happening.
Carlson also says people can drop off unused medication in the Negaunee station's drop box Monday through Friday.